Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning, man. It's a Cletus Cassidy Show. I'm so excited to be here this morning, man. Just happy, just a happy guy. This is just a happy camper. I don't know where we're camping at, but I'm happy. You know, it's good morning. I'm a morning person. That's what I am. So excited to be here in the building with you all, man. This is See You in the Morning. It's my horrible idea to get up in the morning and just give you way too much information about my life. Way too much information about my life. Way too much. Way too much. And you guys don't ask for it. You don't desire it. There's no inherent need for you all to have it, but yet I have this insatiable desire to get up and put way too much business out there. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you watched this show before, you decided to come back, man, I appreciate it. It's the repeats for me. It's the repeats for me. That part. Sitting on business is what we're doing. So there's nothing about this show that's ordinary or scripted or whatever, man. I guarantee you anything can happen at any time. I can say anything out of my mouth. It's crazy. It's crazy. The mouth game, crazy. Wait, nope. That came out wrong. That's not what I meant to say. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. The only thing that is routine on this show is I speak to the people that speak to me, man. I speak in the morning to all the people that speak to me because all us morning people, that's what we do. We speak to each other. So the first three people who speak to me win the 3 M's, the morning mythical medals. I added an M recently because I just like the way that the 3 M sound. They get the morning mythical medal. You can't pawn it. You can't do anything with it, but it's a good feeling to know that you were one of the people that spoke, one of the first three. So the bronze medal winner this morning is Miss Ida Seaborn. Ida Seaborn with the bronze, coming in with the silver. Tamika, Thomasia, and Tomisia. All of those, the Riddicks, 3-in-1, the Trinity. I'm going to start calling her Trinity. Trinity Riddick with the silver medal. And winning the gold, Courtney Weston and Murphy, the pride of North Carolina. Courtney Weston Murphy is the gold medal winner. Trinity with the bronze. And the silver goes to Ida. Also, here's the Pope, Calvin J. Hill. Dolores is here. Emmy Time, Emmy Place, Michelle McKinney. Kim Cat Thomas Jones. Lisa. I don't know if Lisa's connected to Calvin, but there's a whole lot of hills to climb. T. Mitchell in the building. TT is here. Melissa, Franita. Z, does your name even start with Z, or did you just come up with Z? Like, it's hard to come up with names for a Z name. I mean, Zachary, that's a guy's name. Zachary, Zeke. You see a lot of the Z's for men. You don't see a lot of lady Z names. I don't know if there's any. I knew I was gonna say you don't see many Z's or X. I knew an Xavier at one point in time. Her name started with an X. Xavier. Her name started with an XZ. She was living on the edge. She won't never find her no keychain. That's about the two names. I mean, there's really no X named Xander, I guess, for guys. Xavier, I don't know. But it's just, I was just wondering, is it really a Z or you just picked up the Z? Crystal Sex Appeal is in the building. Marche is here. My man Jay Willie Wells is in the building. Annette's in the building. Wilberta. I'm sorry, Z, that it starts with a Z. I don't know. Now I'm playing a guessing game. VK, good morning, Shannon. I'm trying to think of what Zamika. Did you take a random name? Jennifer? No, not Jennifer. Zaisha. That's not bad. Zaisha's not bad. Um, Zerlene. It's kind of like a Shirlene with a Z. What's going on, Steve? Delisa. Zalisa. We can have Zal. I'm struggling. Guys, can y'all give me some Z lady names? Lady names with a Z. If I'm a dad and my name is Xander and I want my kids to have all Z names, give me some Z lady names. Zion, Zoe. I didn't think about Zion. See, Zion and Zoe don't give me lady. Zion definitely doesn't give me lady. Zoe, yes. Zoe gives me lady name. That's the Muppet. Ooh, Zaire. Still giving me guy. Xena, warrior princess. Xena's definitely giving me lady. Zelda is giving me definitely video games. Zaya gives me you made that up. Zenobia, that's a good one. Zenobia is a good one. It also sounds like a country in Africa. Zaire, I don't know what that one is. Bingo actually starts with a B. Z. Bingo actually starts with a B. Zaya. Zane, isn't that a man? Thank you, Stephanie. I really appreciate that. Zane, Zara, Zendaya. Zelma was my grandmama. Okay, Zelda. Zelma. I guess they got tired of Thelmas. They're like, everybody's a Thelma. We're going to throw a Z on the end. Zelma. That's crazy. Z names for ladies. All right. So since y'all know so many Z names for ladies, throwing the ultimate monkey wrench at y'all, give me that X name. X name for a lady is a font. Okay. I seen Ronald Cross yesterday, man. Big shout out to Ronald Cross yesterday, man. I knew he was gonna be well dressed. That dude well dressed at all times. Oh, I was like, bingo, it starts with a B, not a Z. Give me that X name. Y'all ain't got that. Y'all, since y'all know everything. And don't be using Google either. Xena. Xena. That was the same thing y'all gave me with the Z. Zamarcus. That is definitely. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I run into a young lady named Zamarcus, I'm gonna think she started off as Marcus. I'm gonna be like, okay, Mr. Sister, I'm gonna go ahead and step out of here. Ziamara. Exactly. Ziamara, that's nice. That's got some oomph to it. That's my friend Leisha, all the way down from Orlando. If you get a chance on Sunday mornings, she has a radio show. She broadcasts it live from her Facebook page. So if you get a chance. Okay, now Ronald, you just throwing out. Now that's Daisy. Daisy. Exactly. Nope, that's not it. Exactly. That's crazy. What's the craziest name you've ever run into? I'm big on women giving birth. I'm all for it. I don't want men to take over in that way. Women, y'all got that down. I've seen it happen a couple times. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. I've seen it happen on multiple occasions. So I'm not for men doing it. I don't know where we would be able to do it. I guess out the butt. I guess men. And I don't think the man's member is made for that kind of stretchiness. So yeah, we just have to poop the baby out. And that's just not gonna be as much fun. Baby will never really overcome that mentally. Coming out the butt ain't gonna do it. But that's exactly what the name of that baby would be if it was born out the butt, Wilbur. Y'all seen these names? Who I'm asking y'all for what the wildest names are. Here's the thing. I think if a woman gets an epidural, if a woman gets an epidural or any kind of medication when having a baby, it should be a 24 to 48 hour. It should be a 24 to 48-hour wait. Sanctimonious. That's what I'm talking about. Sanctimonious. sanctimonious. I think it should be a 24 to 48 hour period between when you're allowed to name the baby. If you don't come in with a baby name first, if you don't come to the hospital with that baby's name, if you don't come in a couple days, you met with the doctor, you be like, hey, do you have a name for the baby? Yes, the name is gonna be Jeremiasis. The baby's name is gonna be sanctimonious. The doctor goes through it and be like, you sure, sanctimonious? And then you ask him again, you be like, hey, go ahead, write that down, say it out loud. You know, go to a job interview. Let's pretend that your child is going to a job interview. It should be some name counseling. You should have to go meet with some people. I've seen a lot of my kings. My king is the new thing. My king, my king, same thing. I don't know why you name your child that. I'm going to tell you, there's only one name, orange jello and lemon jello. I'm going to tell you the only thing that makes me mad. I don't really get into people's naming. Samaje gets on my nerves. It's just dyslexic James. It is James backwards. Samaje bothers me. Samaje bothers me. I don't know why it does. That name, out of all the names in the world, I really don't get into what people name their children. I don't care what people name their children. You got to remember, you don't have to live with the bad name you give your child. You're absolutely right. Oh, Nevaeh is right there with it. And I know some beautiful children named Nevaeh, but Nevaeh doesn't bother me as bad as Samaje. For some reason, Samaje works my last nerve because Nevaeh, even though it's just dyslexic heaven, it's just where dyslexic people go after they die. They go to Nevaeh. I know it sounds right. Nevaeh sounds right. Nevaeh, if you take the letters of Nevaeh, the Nevaeh, you sound it out. Somebody said sound it out, Nevaeh. Samaje sounded out is Simaj, because there is no J sound, J. So that name is really Samaj. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Nevaeh doesn't get me the way that Samaje does. Samaje, I see all of these little Samajes, and I'd be like, this is horrible. There's a Samaje on the Denver Broncos, Samaje P. Ryan. And what's so crazy is I think it started off, and people don't want to give the man credit for stuff. I think it started off as a Cedric the Entertainer joke. It might not have been Cedric the Entertainer, but it was somebody who had a joke about their cousin being named Samaje. And somebody heard it, and they was like, ooh, that's cute, though. Low key. It's not. Samaje is not. Ladies, if you out there, if you got babies on the way, somebody take that off of your list of names. Samaje ain't the one. Samaje ain't the one. And I think right now they're going back to really using regular names. I think we got out of that whole let's name these kids stuff ridiculous. The most popular baby names of 2023. Now remember, blacks, we in the minority. Even when it comes to giving birth, it's gonna be hard for our names to make it into the top baby names. You're not gonna see Samaje near the top. Nevaeh is not gonna make it. Top baby names of 2023. For girls, I'm gonna just give you the top 5, and you tell me who's having babies. Olivia, Emma, Amelia, Sophia, and Charlotte. All babies are being born in the South. All babies are being born in the South. The first black name that we get to is coming in at 20 with Layla. Layla came in at 20. That's the only name I'm looking at that's clearly black. Chloe at 27 goes both ways. Maya at 37 goes a little bit both ways, mostly us. Paisley's at 47. Why do people naming their children after a pattern in this day and time? It's crazy. Nevaeh comes in at number 100. Number 100 in the top baby names for 2023 was Nevaeh. Because it makes a little bit of sense. The top 5 boys' names: Noah, Liam, Oliver, Elijah, and Mateo. So that tells me a lot of little Spanish babies are being born with that Mateo. Elijah, the Skylar sisters. Muhammad comes in at 16 because everybody names their child Muhammad. Michael, solid name, coming in at 23rd. Really surprising. Alexander at 32. Wyatt came in at 39. Zion hit number 60. Let's see what's number 100. Let's see if Samaje made it. Samaje did not make the list. The most popular baby names. Olivia is winning year after year. It's the same names. 2022 had a lot of Scarlets. My fault, Jason. I'm praying. What am I praying for, Jason? I got you, but I don't even know what I'm praying for. My mom wanted to name me after my daddy, Herbert. So you ended up being named Stephanie? I'm confused. My mom wanted to name me after my daddy, Herbert. My name was supposed to be Herbetter. I said Herbetter not. Thank God for my great grandmother. Yeah, that you gotta have somebody with wisdom outside of it to step in. Had your name been Herbetter, that ain't gonna make it. Herbetter, no. Herbetter, and that's it. Here's the problem. When you become an adult, what your name is doesn't matter. Your name does not matter as an adult. Nobody cares about your name as an adult. It's your childhood years where it's going to get you in trouble. When your kids got to go through school with that name, that's rough. Every substitute teacher, that comes through, that's the struggle for that child. School is the struggle. School is the struggle. It ain't got nothing to do with your adult years. People to deal with. I mean, you would name people had the maturity when they're adults to realize that it ain't your fault. Your mama chose that. Your daddy chose that. Somebody's grandmama chose that. That somebody in the family, they did something crazy, like had a name lottery. And everybody put a name in a hat, and whatever name came out, that was it. And your drunk uncle did it. Y'all give it up for my man Pretty Rob in here. As always, Buffalo time. Unfortunately, he's a delusional Buffalo Bills fan. So we could all just turn to our cameras, man, and just put our hands out and pray for his mental health. He's a Buffalo Bills fan. He's part of Bills Mafia. Y'all pray for him because he's delusional. You know, for whatever reason, every year, low key, Buffalo Bill fans are worse than Cowboy fans. It's just not enough of them that we can hear them. Buffalo Bill fans think every year is going to be their year. The problem with Buffalo fans is only a minuscule amount of them. It's not enough. They're making noise. They're like, it's our time. Nobody circles the wagons like us. It's not enough of them for you to hear it. It's Cowboy fans everywhere. You can search all over. Can't find no Buffalo Bill fans. You find one or two. Anyway, it's nobody likes Buffalo. Nobody wants to live in Buffalo. Only good thing from Buffalo is the wings. Every time. That's it. Ain't nobody listening to them. No, there's nothing good. Name me something good in Buffalo other than Niagara Falls. I'll give y'all the whole show. If it's not Niagara Falls or wings, y'all name me something decent about Buffalo. My dad wanted to name me Mahalia. See, your dad had to name you Mahalia. Mahalia, no. Mahalia, no. Mahalia, no. Mahalia, no. To the no. That's it. Kids would have had a field day on your name. If you were born named Mahalia, you didn't even get free lunch in school. You got Social Security. Mahalia? It's crazy. I'm saying nobody's worse than Cowboy fans. I'm telling you that. Bills fans are on that same level. It's just not enough of them so you can hear them. Jeffrey's just coming out saying snow. Does that mean y'all got snow in Texas? I'm proud of y'all, I guess. It snowed in Texas. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you that seemed like the most just yelling out thing ever. That's the most Tourette syndrome statement ever. You got finger Tourette's. You just type in words, it just come out finger Tourette's. Finger just got on the keyboard like snow. Wait, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. Short show today, and I know I said short show yesterday, and ended up going for a whole hour. Short show today for real. Big shout outs to everybody that came in and gave to my Make Me Water drive. Make me wet, make me water. Oh, that's what's good in Buffalo. Thank you, Stephanie, because I had no idea what that was. It just was snow. And then y'all know sometimes y'all are delayed. So like I might ask a question 10 minutes ago, and then your answer comes out. So sometimes you might have to answer in a complete sentence. You had me on some old Steve Harvey. Give me snow. Lil Jordan Humphrey. The fact that they named that man Lil Jordan. Here's the thing about the black community, and I'm disappointed in his parents. All they had to do was name that baby Jordan. Lil Jordan would have came out on his own. Black people immediately, if the daddy's name is Jordan, they immediately gonna call him Lil Jordan. They be like, that Lil Jordan. That's all you need. All you gotta do is name him Jordan. The little is understood. If you ever had to diagram sentences in school, you realize go to the store is a complete sentence. And you'll be like, where is the subject? You got a subject, the predicate, your verb. Go to the store. The verb in that sentence is go. The predicate to the store. So you're saying to yourself, go to the store. Where is the subject? The subject in that sentence will be in parentheses is you understood. It's understood that I'm talking to you. So it's understood you go to the store. Same thing with Lil Jordan Humphrey. If you name that boy Jordan, the you is understood. The you is understood. We get that. The you is understood. You don't name that boy Lil Jordan. Here's the thing. My good friend Lonzo. Now, Kool-Aid McKinstry's real name is not Kool-Aid. That's not his real name. They just call him Kool-Aid, and it just stuck. His grandmama called him Kool-Aid because of the way that he smiled as a child. And that's how it happened. My friend Lonzo is Zoe. Lonzo's son is Lizzo. His name is not on the birth certificate, Lizzo. But once he named that boy Zoe, we had nowhere else to go with it. We're not gonna keep calling him Lil. He became Zoe. You had those situations. My son is named after me. We call him Deuce. Now he could have been Lil, and people tried to call him Lil, but it wasn't right. First of all, it didn't fit. Didn't fit. The boy's always been robust, full flavored, so it didn't fit. You got to know the black community will automatically call you Lil, Junior, whatever it is. And because my son is the second, automatically it was Deuce. Where else is it to go? And people always be like, why'd you name your son the second and not Junior? Because kings don't have juniors, except Martin Luther. If you go back in time, historically, to where there were kingdoms, if everybody want to be like, we kings, you ain't never had king. There was no King Tut Jr. No King Tut Jr. King Tut the first, King Tut the second, King Tut the third. The Georges, King George. No King George Jr. That ain't how it worked. If you want to have a succession kingdom, bam, put a number on it. And I'm not mad at people that name their children Junior. Because Junior, when you put that Junior on the end of that name, you automatically birth them with a given nickname, Junior. Now, if your name is James or John or Jermaine, you automatically, by naming that child Junior, have automatically given that child nickname options. That child can come and be Junior or JJ. It's immediate. There's an immediate JJ there. William, Bob, Bernard, automatic BJ. Wait a minute. That came out wrong too. Don't mean you get an automatic BJ, which would be a great name. Great in life when you're grown. You'd be like, hey, look, y'all know my name, Bob Jones. That's an automatic BJ. That's great. James Jr. is automatically a JJ. If you got letters that sound natural, GJ don't sound natural. NJ doesn't sound natural. Because of Michael Jordan, MJ has started to sound natural, but it's still forced. But I take a MJ. There's only a few letters that work. AJ, BJ, CJ, DJ, EJ. Yes. FJ, no. GJ, no. HJ's fine. IJ, no. JJ, okay. KJ works. LJ works. MJ, no NJ. We've had OJ. That's a killer. PJ's fine. No way are we doing QJ. RJ's fine. SJ, no. SJ is only in the Mayo community. SJ is only in their community. TJ's fine. UJ? No, we're not calling you UJ. VJ works. No ways we're going with WJ, XJ, YJ, or ZJ. We've gone through the whole alphabet, people. Everything can't get a J. Everybody cannot get a J. No matter what Snoop Dogg may tell you, everybody can't get a J. Then here you are breaking the mold. There's always somebody's going to break a mold, but you've always been an individual. You've always done things differently. YJ. Here's the thing. You are, so this is my good friend Davon, right? Here's a problem. Most people don't know him as Davon. He is one of the rare guys. There are people in life. There are people in life who walk outside of the limits. This is a guy that's always walked outside the limits. I always get confused when people call him by his first name. He has forever been one of the few people whose last name, first name. You always call this guy by his last name. Who's that? Oh, that's Yonkers. Oh, okay. Because Yonkers itself sticks out. So Yonkers, Yonk, the Yonk. That's who you are. You are Yonkers. You are Yonk. You are the Yonk. D-A Yonk. So, of course, your son's going to have to be YJ. Of course. The daddy set the tone. Mamas, y'all name the boys. Y'all set the tone. If somebody call you Davon, I figure they don't really know you. Most people cannot get to that, get to last name identification. No, he's from Portsmouth. If you known by your last name, either you in the military, some kind of police force, or you just made it to a point in life where you great. When you known by your last name from a child, that's a different level. Military people only know they people by their last name. Military people and teachers are the same way. Teachers only know each other by their last name. You go to a school right now, you be like, I'm looking for Patricia. They be like, who? Miss Smith. Oh, Smith's upstairs. That's how teachers talk to each other. Jones, is Jones down there? Is Turner available? Anybody talk to Paige? Anybody seen Wallace? They don't go by, teachers don't know each other by their first name. Now, when everybody stay around, now that's a good one. Now, when everybody gets there, you got to go middle name. That middle name, whatever you name your child as a middle name is a just in case. That middle name is a just in case. So that's why you got Allen. See, that Allen is a middle. And I'm going to tell you this. 9 out of 10 times, if somebody goes by their middle name, you have no idea what their first name is. No idea. It's gonna take a deep family member. It's gonna take a deep family number before you can know what their first name is. If somebody goes by their middle name, that is their name. That first name does not even exist. You got the middle name in case something goes wrong with that first name, or they run into it. When I was in school, and I went by my birth name, it was 3 of us with the same birth name in that class. It was tough. It was tough money. It was tough money. We ended up having to go by first name, last initial. It was tough in there. There was an A, a K, and a G. Lots of different reasons you go by that middle name. But if you going by that middle name, you'll never know that first name. You'll never know it. What people will do on that first name, they'll go so hard to not let you know their first name that they'll do an initial for that first name. E. Dewey Smith. You don't know what E. Dewey. You don't know what the E stands for in E. Dewey. You just know it's E. Dewey Smith. It's not hyphenated. That man's first name is Dewey. People call him Dewey. There was something going on with that E. Wait a minute, that sounds wrong too. But if you decide to become a middle name person, that's who you are. Ain't nobody gonna know your first name. Look at that. My son is known by Roy at school, but his first name is William. And nobody will ever know William. Nobody. He will never. I am Roy. Happened to me with my own child, my own daughter. I go to school. My daughter was in high school. I go to school. I meet with her cheer coach. The cheer coach is like, "We love Lexi." And I was like, "I know it's not a lot of black kids here, ma'am, but you should be able to remember mine. Mine is a 6 foot tall black one, that the girl." And they were like, "Lexi, yeah, she's on my cheerleading squad." I'm like, "Who is Lexi?" My daughter went and came up and used a derivative of her middle name in school. That's it. Now look at Davon. Roy will always be Lil William to me. These are not white people problems. This is the epitome of black problems. Roy will always be Lil William. Allen will always be C. Allen Boykins. You're not getting his first name. C. Allen Boykins. That's it. Roy will always be, and see, this is the whole thing. And this is where black people can get in a conversation with somebody and not know and all be talking about the same person. I mean, man, I was talking to my boy Roy the other day. Man, Roy said, "What? Yeah, man." Roy was like, blah, blah, blah. He was like, "That's crazy." Because I was talking to my man Lil William, and Lil William had the exact same story. It's crazy how Lil William and Roy be living the same life. Lil William and Roy living the same. And we talking about Lil William and then Roy, both of us going back and forth. And it's crazy because y'all could be on different sides of the fence. Like, dog, man, I can't stand this Negro Roy. What? Yeah, man, cuz is doing this, blah, blah, blah. You know Roy? Nah. What he look like? Roy, man, about 5'10", kind of heavy set. Nah, okay. He in the band. What he play? He play tuba. Like, nah, ain't no tuba player in the band named Roy. Man, I'm telling you, I know all the two players. It's Lil William, it's such. No, my nigga Roy. It's crazy. You talking about the same person. Black people problems. And then let's not even include what your mama call you. Oh. Once we include what your mama call you, then you have some of your mama call you, your grandma. Then you're going to have one family member that always just branches out and calls you something all they own. His name is such, but I calls him what? Yeah, I calls him Fat Mac. I calls him Fat Mac because one time I went over, I had a Big Mac, and I turned my head. He came in, ate my whole Big Mac. From that point on, I done called him Fat Mac. You know what I'm saying? That's Fat Mac to me. Y'all might call him Charles. I calls him Fat Mac. So now they call him, the family calls him Charles. He goes by his middle name of Marquise. So he's Marquise in the streets. Family call him Charles. His mama called him CJ because he named after his daddy. And then you wonder why we don't have no identity. You wonder why our children growing up confused. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. See, you name your child Isaiah. Isaiah don't have no hope. He don't have no hope for ever knowing who he really is. He gonna have to grow into his name. He not gonna become Isaiah again until he about 27, 28. Until he start paying taxes, he ain't really gonna be Isaiah. He gonna be Trey. Y'all calling him Trey. The people in the street probably calling him Zay. You gonna have an old head that's seeing like myself. And all guys that watch basketball in the 80s, whenever you see Isaiah, you calling him Zeke. You calling the man Zeke. Hey, what up there, Zeke? All Isaiahs are Zekes. So now he meeting old guys and they calling them Zekes. Kunta ain't had this problem. Kunta stood strong for his name till they beat Toby into him. My son's name is Antonio. The family calls him T. He calls himself Earl. Look at that. My son's name is Antonio. The family calls him T. He calls himself Earl. Make it make sense. Black people pressure is different. Black people grow up different. We got different lives. My son's name is Antonio. He calls himself Earl. That man aged himself on his own. That man wanted to be grown so bad. He wanted to be treated as an adult so bad. He changed his name from a normal, this era millennial name of Antonio. He's like, that's not doing it. I'm paying full price for my coffee. People ain't respecting me the way that I want to be respected. Call me Earl. He immediately put himself in a position to be somebody's granddaddy. These are not white people's problems. White people go from Will to Bill, Richard to Dick. That's it. That is it. My son's name is Jeremiah. We call him Juice. Don't even want to know the backstory on that one. The Mayo people call him Jerry because that makes sense. Jamie said this is a whole lot. Good morning, Tracy, man. I'm so happy to see you, man. Tracy is probably the hardest working sheriff's deputy I've ever met in my life. And it's crazy, man. I went to school with her loving husband, LaRue. LaRue and I went to high school together. And Tracy works, I think, 97 and 98 hours a week. Listen, our safety and security, if anybody is responsible for the safety of Portsmouth and Portsmouth Public Schools, it's Tracy Booth Avery. Never seen her take a minute off. I don't know how it's possible. One day, she was at every basketball game in the city at the same time doing security. I don't know how she was able to do it. She does it. She secures basketball games for the high schools, kids. She works at the Chick-fil-A. She does parades. She's a crossing guard. She's a flight attendant. She does everything. It's amazing. She got that badge, and she been badgering. Thank you, Tracy, for all that you do. Thank you. If you go into an establishment as Earl, you immediately get called Mr. Oh, there's no way you just being Earl. You automatic, hey, Mr. Earl, even if you 7. He said, I think you want to say, why do white people want to give us a nickname and not call us? Listen. It's funny. That is a Mayo issue. That is amazing. You can go up to them and tell them, and you don't mind. Do you mind if I call you? You be like, hey, they be like, what's your name? My name's Nicholas. You mind if I call you Nick? I'd prefer you call me Nicholas. That's the name I gave you. Call me the name that I gave you. Hi, my name is Natasha. All right, you mind if I call you Tasha? I do. Call me Lil Tasha. That's what I gave you. Call me the name that I gave you. Male people, they will break your name down out of nowhere. Mind if I call you? Yes, I do. Yes, I do mind if you call me. Mind if I call you? Yes, I do. My mama worked hard on this name. You know how many names we had to put in the hat to get that? Trace, I didn't say I wouldn't do this. I said I wouldn't joke on you for working so hard. I'm applauding your work ethic, Tracy. I've never seen anything so amazing. You are by far. I don't even know if they give out awards to sheriffs, but you deserve it because I've never been to an event that you weren't working. And it don't matter what the event is, you are a shining sheriff. Hi, my name is Dave Vaughn. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you, Dave. They say it so hard. And I think that, listen, we always talk about the black effects of slavery on us even today. That's the white effect of slavery. They've been so used to naming blacks that they keep on doing it. They've been so used to naming black people that they just can't stop. It's the white effects of slavery. That's it. Black people like to show your name, but they got to know you a little bit first. All of it's slavery. It's all slavery. They've been naming black people so long they keep on. Mind if I call you? They'll call you something that ain't got nothing to do with your name. Hi, my name is Patricia. How you doing there, Patty? Wait, no. How you doing there, Patty? Hi, my name is Sylvester. Hey there, Sly. Nope, Sylvester. My name is Thomas. Hey there, Matt. What? Mind if I call you Matt? Well, why would you call me Matt? My name is Thomas. You could at least call me Tom. It's all rooted from slavery. All right, it's time for me to get up out of here. I got again today. Man, listen, my heart was overjoyed yesterday. If you watched the show yesterday, I started out with I read a post from Postman Volunteers from the Homeless, and wait a minute. I gotta stop. I gotta stop this one here. Oh my, yeah, that's crazy, Stephanie. I gotta read this one. My father was born in Alabama, and his mom named him James. But Mr. Charlie, the landowner, decided he looked like a Fred. My eldest brother was his junior. Didn't find out until he got his Social Security card that he was junior to nobody. So he was named Fred Jr., but there won't even a Fred to be junior too. That man lived a double lie. Your daddy's name won't even Fred. His name, his name was James. Your eldest brother is named Fred Jr., but there ain't no Fred for him to be junior to. We can't even make the slavery. Can't even make it up. Are y'all hearing what is happening? My dad is a junior to nobody, and I'm a third, but not really the third. Which will make your son really the fourth. Slavery. That's all I can give it to. Slavery. Mr. Charlie sounds like a man in Alabama who came from a long line of slave owners. And Mr. Charlie won't about to let no blacks be living on his property with their own name. Mr. Charlie won't about that life. Your son is 3.5, Zoe. Your son 3.5. Now, I will say this. When you name, if it remains in the bloodline, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and you want to name a child after the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, you can come back and put a number on the bottom of it if they're not the daddy. So if the daddy's like, I'm naming you after my daddy, you don't become a junior, you would also become the second. Well, brother said military changed names too in the early 1999s. In the early 19 like in January and February 1999, or you saying the early, or you hit the 9 button too many times. But that's supposed to be the early 1900s. Queen Bev. That's my queen, Queen Bev. 19 early, because early 1999, that's January, February. Oh, okay, yeah, Roberta, the early 1900s. Gotcha. White lawyer changed my dad's name to change your dad's name to James when his name was Herbert. You just changed his name. Nah, you're Herbert. Oh, I'm going at 10. That matter of fact, if you want to meet me at Sam's Club in Chesapeake Square at 10, that'll be great, Snoop, because I'm gonna have to load up another 60 cases. Yeah, so let me wrap this up. I started off by saying I wanted to do 10 cases of water, ended up getting 25 on yesterday. I posted the post late at night, so it was only the people who were either sinning or just nocturnal who saw it. So they saw the post, and then people just started giving money. And then I was like, it just started coming out of nowhere. It was like money. People like, hey, can you pick up a case for me, 2 cases for me? And listen, it was no amount that was too small. A case of water was about $4. People was like, here go 5, here go 10, 15. I even got a 13. It was crazy. So I didn't even know how the 13 was. I don't know if they just went ahead and included tax in it. So I ended up being able to pick up another 60 cases yesterday. So we'll pay for another 60 cases yesterday. I got to go pick those up today. So I ended up with me just saying I wanted to get 10 cases of water to give. And this is what's so crazy about when we start doing good. And I think just the heart and soul of people. I just started out saying to myself, I want to get 10 cases of water. And I could have kept that to myself. I could have never came out and said anything about it. I could have just been like, bam, it's I'm gonna get 10 cases of water. But me deciding I want to get 10 cases of water and putting it online, and now we at 85 cases. So it's grown 800%. Just from me being like, let me let other people know. And I think that's one of the things that we have to do. We all have influence. We have different levels of influence. I believe if I was Kevin Hart and I was like, let me give some water, we might have had 8 million, like somebody would have bought a water tower or something. So because little more is small, Kevin Hart is small, I'm big. Now the water is for Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless. So when I got the water over there and I was able to ask, so what is the water for? So what they do with the water throughout the year, what they do with the water throughout the year is sometimes you have individuals who are going into the shelters who need to get food or water, who need to be fed or whatever. And so they end up, so for example, here's how she found out how low she was on water. They have, in the wintertime especially, they may have shelters that are set up. So because we don't have a fixed shelter that runs as a shelter with a kitchen and all that kind of stuff, they might be at different areas. They might be a church or something that's like, okay, we'll open our doors and they can go and shelter. My Cash App is right under my name, Cash App Cletus Comedy. And so she found out that she was low on water. As the weather gets really cold like this, people start to try to find indoor shelter. And so when they went under the shelter, they had people there. She's like, oh, let me bring water over for the people. Right? So they're like, let me get it to people. Let me get it to the people, right? So she was like, all right, cool. And then when she went to go take water, she realized she didn't have a case. She's like, I'm down to my last case of water. And so she put out this clarion call for people to help get water. So hopefully, man, appreciate that. Snoop's giving us 15. That's gonna get us to 100 cases. So hopefully, with that 100 cases of water, and then people that are bringing it from other outside, I've seen some other people share it. Hopefully, we can get her up to 100, 200, 300. Hopefully, they ain't got to buy no more cases of water this year. Hopefully, we can get enough water that they can get through at least the winter time. If we can get her through the wintertime, that's cool. And then I was talking to her about some of the stuff that she needed. So I'm about to come with a whole nother initiative after we get finished with the water. And so my next initiative is going to be a little more difficult. I can feel it because it's a little bit more expensive. But my next initiative for that particular center, I think is going to be great, and we can get it, and we can all help out in our own way. So that's great. I'll ask her, do they take clothes? I'm not sure about the clothes. Sometimes it's about where they can store them. So if you don't know where Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless is, it's right next to Oasis in Portsmouth, behind social services. So Oasis is there. They feed. I got there yesterday during lunchtime. I got there yesterday during lunchtime, and thank you, Ms. Garris. And when I got there, it's crazy the number of people that come. And I fed over at Oasis. I've been able to be there and actually feed, help prepare meals, help bring people in. And some of the stories you start seeing, when you see people, you just be like, yo. And it's not all old people, it's not all Black people. It's not all people who are drug dependent. I've worked this angle in a lot of different ways. Homelessness is something that affects everybody. It affects when I say everybody, like it affects everybody. My church used to be a part of a program called Nest, and what they did with Nest, it was certain churches that would set their church up to be a temporary shelter for a week, especially in the wintertime. So there'll be like a week, 2 weeks. There'll be a shelter. Yep, Miss Darlene Sparks Washington, doctor. She's a doctor now, Dr. Darlene. When we would do the Nest shelter, you would be surprised at the number of families. I'm talking about husband, wife, small kids that came in. And it really touched me because one time they had me to do a comedy show for the homeless families. Like, they had me do a comedy show for the homeless people coming in. And it was crazy to me in my mind. I'm trying to get off, but wait a minute. I was like, y'all, I'm trying to get off, but y'all stopping me. I am going to get off, but not that way because I'm still a virgin. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get off the air. In my mind, there's really only been a couple of shows that I've been nervous about or stressed. It was that show for the homeless, and I did a show one time for cancer survivors and those who are currently going through cancer treatment. It was in, I think, Philadelphia, New Jersey, somewhere up north. But it was people who were currently going through their cancer. They were currently battling cancer, or they had just gotten over it. And if you know about anybody who's battling cancer, who's fighting cancer, sometimes it can be very debilitating. It can take a lot of strength out of you. It can weigh on you mentally as well as physically, right? So those people were drained, right? And for me to have to go in and be like, yo, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me help these people. Like, how am I going to go in there and be funny? Like, all the things that they're going through in life, what am I going to say to them to make them laugh? And then something came to me, was like, just be funny, be yourself. They deserve an opportunity to have joy, whatever in their life. Everybody deserves a reason to smile. Everybody deserves the opportunity to be able to look at this life and enjoy it. Even if it's just a moment, even if I can only do 15 minutes, if I could take you away from I'm homeless, if I could take you away from the problems of my life, if I could take you away from whatever, even for those 15 minutes, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what my gift does a lot of times. So those are only two shows. Like, if I'm in a club or wherever, I'm never nervous. But those two shows were really nervous shows. But the fact that those people who were homeless, who didn't have as much as I had financially, who didn't have as much as I had been blessed on the same level as I've been blessed, they really enjoyed it. And for that moment, there was a moment of normalcy for them. So that's one of the things. Like, I try to never look down at it, look bad at people who are going through those types of situations. So that's neither here nor there. So we're blessing the people. Snoop said we're going to have 100 today. So we'll be at 100 today. Tonight, people are sending in stuff. I'll do another order, and I'll keep you updated on where we get to after tonight's order. And then I got to go out of town for the weekend, and then we'll move on to the next initiative. Then I'm going to be like, hey, stop sending me money. Stop being great people. No. So I appreciate everybody who came in and did it. Your level of influence might be different than other people's level of influence, but your influence is still influence. Your level of influence is still amazing. You're still amazing people, man. So I thank all of you all for all the things that you do. Let me give y'all the word of the day. The word of the day is axiomatic. Axiomatic. A-X-I-O-matic. Axiomatic. I'm going to type that in there so we can see it. Axiomatic. Axiomatic is the word of the day. And axiomatic is a formal adjective that describes something, usually a statement, that is understood as obviously true, such that it is or should be taken for granted. It is axiomatic that successful athletes are not just talented, but have put in years of dedicated training. So an axiomatic statement is a duh. That's a duh statement. It's axiomatic, duh. And they be like, hey, the Dallas Cowboys are the most overrated franchise in history. Duh, that's axiomatic. We take that, see, axiomatic. That's exactly how that works. That's exactly how it works. Don't miss me at church, Stephanie. I just don't miss me. Just that made me feel bad. It made me feel real heathenish. Don't miss me at church. But I'm still out there touching people in a non-R. Kelly way. Hey, we're gonna be out here again tomorrow, man. God willing, the creek don't rise. My daughter had her birthday on yesterday. Her mom has her birthday today. So if y'all see my daughter's mom, tell her happy birthday. That's all I got. That's all I got for today, man. I'm out until tomorrow. Make sure you make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. I'm out. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started